attacked by a flag.
What?
Instead of being attacked by a flag. Anyway, hi YouTube. Hello people around the world. Super to see you. I am glad that you're here. My name is Lorrie and I live on Vancouver Island with my mother and my sweet dear husband. And our little mini homestead, I mean, I don't know, can you call it a homestead if you don't raise chickens or some kind of animals other than cats? I don't know if you can or not, but it kind of is. You know, we're kind of, you know, I don't think we'd be self-sufficient. And one of these days I'll take you for a walk around my neighborhood and you can see what I'm talking about. Like we're kind of semi-rural, I guess. Like there's some farmland around here, and I live in a adults-only mobile home park right by an airport. And there are a couple of stores here, just little corner stores, and there's a gas station, and there's a pub and a restaurant, and a liquor store, of course. You gotta have one of those, but that's it. You have to go, I think the closest town would be Ladysmith, and it's you know, whatever, a 10-minute drive, 5 miles away or something. 5 miles. I know I'm supposed to know the kilometers, but I do not. It's like, I don't know, 8, 10, something like that. Anyway, it's not very far. And then Nanaimo is you know, 10 or 15 minutes away on the other side of us. So yeah, we're not like out in the middle of nowhere, and we do have some neighbors. We're very blessed in that we have a corner lot, and right across from us is a farmer's field on the one side, and then after a little bit of a green space provided by the park and taken care of and tended by the park, there's a road, and then the people across the way who are beautifying their house every day. So yeah, it's a great little neighborhood. I will take you for a walk as soon as my surprise gets here. Anyway, I think I was saying it's a perfect day for gardening today because it's mid-70s or so, and we've had a few little flurries of showers, not even showers, right? Just little misting here and there. And then the sun will come out and it is hot. It beams down on you. It's just fabulous. And then just when you think it's going to be too hot for you to stand anymore, it goes behind a cloud and you get that nice cool breeze and maybe a little bit of a misting. So I'm out in the garden, and let's see. So far today, what have I done? I planted some lettuce and some cilantro. I finished filling up that last bed with dirt. All 3 of the enclosed beds, I opened them all and I brushed them all off, all the spider webs and all the old diatomaceous earth and all that old stuff. And oh my gosh, that potato bed that I haven't opened for so long, it was just full of earwigs. Ugh, I hate them. So yeah, so after I brushed everything down, I sprayed it again with the diatomaceous earth, and then everything got a good feeding of, in the back planters, the big ones with the bigger plants, they all got 20, 20, 20, because, they were, because I'm alternating and seeing what happens. But one of the things that I read was that to help my onions bulb up larger, which is at that stage where they're at now, is that they need nitrogen. And I know that tomatoes are also kind of nitrogen hogs, and I figured my potatoes, it wouldn't hurt them. So that's what everybody gets this week, and next week they'll be getting something different, and I'll alternate. And then the following week, I think they're about due for some well, they have long release fertilizer in it because it came with long release fertilizer in it. So I don't think I need to add any of that until my plant for the fall. I don't think with the first planting in these, I'll have to add any more until fall when I rip out whatever. But yeah, I'm going to be madly planting. I'm going to take my square foot and see how many square feet I have, and then pull out my seeds and see what I can grow in that last bed there, and start getting it planted. And of course I am still succession sowing in the other bed. I've got my second round of speedy organic beans has popped up, and I gotta tell you, I'm not super happy with those West Coast seeds yet. You know, and I say that like I've had some that have not come up at all. Like I've planted gherkins a couple of times and I haven't seen anything yet. And I planted a bunch of melon seeds, and I finally, and I'll show you, I finally got a melon. Not a melon, but it's a little seed head popping up out of the dirt. So one out of like 6 seeds that I planted, and that's not so great. And my echinacea, which apparently, like, it was expensive. It was almost $1 a seed, which is crazy, right? So I got like 10 seeds, and yeah, I think like 3 of them have come up. That's kind of disappointing. Anyway, we'll see. Maybe they'll still come up. Maybe it hasn't. It's just starting to get nice and warm. And even though today has been kind of, like I said, cloudy and rainy and still kind of hot and muggy, so those little bits of rain are really welcome. Anyway, let's go and take a look at what's in the garden today. Oh, you didn't stop and introduce yourself?
Wait a minute. Come here. Here. Oh, let me see what you look like. Okay. What is wrong with you?
Well,
nothing.
How do you know it was a spider if you didn't see it?
Because I killed it.
Because you killed it.
And threw it on the ground, and it was a spider. After it was crawling around back here. Like, Jesus. I gotta go into a biology session just to let you know what it was?
Yeah, kind of.
Well, if I dropped dead, it was poisonous. How's that?
It is the 24th of June, 2020. And as you can see, we're in the garden. And those are my potato plants. They have flowered. The flowers are dying off. Can we see that in there? Yeah, right in there. See? The flowers are dying off. But the greenery is still green as could be, although it's got a bunch of little holes in it. And I think I figured out what it was. I think it's those earwigs. I haven't opened this door for a while. And oh my gosh, they were everywhere. So I should have said to heck with it, found some other way to tie my potatoes up. Yeah, anyway, but I hope that they're not harming the potatoes, but gosh, they were everywhere. And I just know that's what's leaving those little tiny holes in my taters. Anyway, look at my poor blueberry bush back there. Can you see it? Poor little guy. Can I zoom in on that? Look at him, struggling to get some light. I don't know, can I chop back some of this greenery now? I mean, I know it says that the flowers mean that the fruit is growing and you should wait at least a couple of weeks after they die off. Well, they're not dying off. They look healthy, and they finally stopped getting bigger, but you know, I don't know, it'd be probably good a little bit to cut that away, but I'm afraid of stopping the growth of my potatoes under the ground. So if you know the answer to that, that would be super fantastic, because that would mean I don't have to go and research it. But if I do go and research it, or if somebody tells me, I will let you know what I find out. So all of my beds today are getting a good solid dose of a balanced fertilizer. It's actually a 20-20-20 is what I'm putting in there today. And I'm actually alternating between that and I think I have a 10-40-25. And I don't really understand what all the numbers mean. So, you know, I'm still working all of that out, but some of them are for some stages of growth and some are for other stages of growth. So apparently my onions are really big nitrogen feeders. And so that was one of the big reasons why I wanted to put some nitrogen on them, is because I want them to get nice and big. And apparently that also helps with the growth of greenery, which my little strawberry patch here, let's see if I can, I've just closed that with a bunch of diatomaceous earth on it, so I don't want to. My little strawberry patch, I cleaned out the spinach that was in there, and it's in the dehydrator actually right now. And now I'm going to let these strawberry plants put out some feelers and grow the patch a little bit. And then when that blueberry finishes fruiting, and I have harvested all the fruit off of it, it's going to get transplanted. I'm pretty sure I'm never putting potatoes where I put them ever again. So, yeah, I was planning on putting it right in that corner because that's about, I don't know, 4 feet, 5 feet from my other blueberry plant. And apparently they like each other. They like to be close to each other. So we're going to see what happens. And this is my shade garden. This is my humongous lavender, which once it finishes flowering, I'll cut it way back again. But I like to let it flower because the bees like it. And but anyway, down here I have finally added some dirt, and I planted a row of lettuce, so 4 spots of lettuce in my square foot there. And then I also planted some cilantro back here because apparently it also likes it to be cool, and this bed is definitely cooler than my others. And over here my peas are still looking good. My lavender is flowering like crazy in amongst there, and I've got those scarlet runner beans are starting to pull up in the very back there. I threw a couple of extra wooden sticks there for them to wrap themselves around, and they're wrapping themselves around the lavender and everything else. So yeah, you could tell this was not very well planned out, eh? This was kind of a, oh, I want to throw those peas in somewhere. I want to get at least a few peas that I can eat raw this year. So yeah, that's what that is. Finally, a melon has popped up. This is one of the black beauties, and I can't help but think it's one of the ones I just planted the other day. Still nothing over in the Diana melon camp. Look at these little beauties out of the garden. So, when I was out looking today, I saw 3 of these onions that were looking like they were dead. And I needed to pick them, so I did. And now I'm going to throw them into this potato salad. So yeah, there we go again, using the harvest from the garden. Okay, so this is super exciting to me. You guys have no idea. Have a look at this. Can you see it? That is my new apple tree that I started from seed. And I actually have, if you look in there, I have 3 of them that have started. So all 3 of the seeds that I put in there have taken off like crazy. So today I'm going to actually take these out of here and plant them. So, yay, watch this. So as usual, I have lined my pot with a coffee filter. And these do, I mean, they deteriorate in no time flat, but it does help enough that it keeps your dirt from getting all over the place. So, and then this here is just a mix of sterilized dirt. I actually brought in my potting mix and I sterilized it so that hopefully I won't have that same problem with those stupid fungus gnats driving me crazy with my vegetables inside. So I thought maybe sterilizing would help. So anyway, I'm going to fill these up, and oh, and look at what I'm going to plant one of them in. I am going to plant one of my lovely little apple trees in this beauty. And I'm only doing one of them in these because I have finished the inside with some waterproof coating, and I don't know if that will affect the plant or not. So I don't want to do any others until I see what this will do with the first one. And then the other two, that's why I'm putting them into just regular old pots. So here we go. Alrighty, so I'm assuming that it's going to be fairly delicate. Ah, look at those little leaves. Okay, there's another one that didn't do so well. But look at this little guy. Can you see him? Oh, I don't know if you can see him. There, look. So these are ambrosia apples, and like I said, I actually I didn't say, but I took these from some apples we brought home, and I really didn't think any of them were going to do anything, but sure as heck they did. And what I did was I put them just in that vermiculite, and I wetted. It was wet really well, and so adorable. And then we're just going to hope that they grow. So let's reach in here and get another one. And we'll just pop that little baby down in there. I mean, I don't know what else to do. I've never tried to grow an apple before, and I certainly never thought I could start one from seed. But anyway, what I did was I took the vermiculite, and I soaked it really good, and then I put 3 ambrosia apple seeds inside of it, and then I stuck it in the fridge for, I guess, about 3 months. And yeah, and then I took it out, and as soon as I took it out of the fridge, I just put it underneath my grow light. And yeah, and then I just left it underneath my grow light for about a week, and then I opened it, and sure as heck, all 3 of my little seeds had sprouted. So I'm super excited. I'm going to take these little babies and I'm going to put them underneath my grow light again, and I should probably give them a little bit more water just in case. I did wet down the dirt pretty good, but it's not really saturated, and we want these guys to get a good drink when they first go into their new home. So stay tuned, and we'll see what happens with the apple trees. Could be years before I finish this video.
Then you said, oh, this is going to piss you off. I don't know if you said that way. I don't know. How was it? This is going to upset you. Same difference. But
I don't even remember what it was.
I think you're just scared.
No, I'm trying to think. I was asking about the tarps.
Yes, you wanted the tarps because you're going to cut your potatoes.
Because I'm going to pull the potatoes.
Or whatever you're going to do with those. Why do you need a tarp?
Oh, that's what it was. Yeah.
I'm waiting.
Do you remember my dryer that has to hang from the ceiling?
Yeah.
Any chance I can get that hung this week? What?
Well, that tells me a lot. In there! There's a 25 by 24 deck, and it's in there. So if I just walk in there and hang it up, it'll be fine.
Well, I was...
Yeah, see?
I was thinking. See, I told
Please,
you.
drop the bomb now.
I told you it would irritate you.
It's my
I don't irritate you on purpose.
Yes, you do. Because you think it's funny.
I lay awake at night. Think of ways that I can.
I believe that shit. God.
So anyway, I was thinking.
Why do you have that on?
Have what on? The camera? Because people think you're funny.
Boy, those people need a life, don't they?
I should actually have it set here, looking at both of us.
I'm not funny, really. I'm an asshole.
He is totally. Yeah, he never makes me laugh.
It's like all the neighbors around here. They all think that you're just a witch,
I know.
a tyrant.
Cracks that whip. It's not true, folks.
No, I tell everybody. I says, I can't quit work. If I quit work, I don't get no food. And then I have to sleep in the shed. So I got to keep working 24/7.
Yeah. Well, no, you get 7 off to sleep.
Seven what? Minutes?
7.5 on a good night.
Yep, that's right.
There you go.
Like that guy stopped by. Do you ever quit? Nope. Nope. She won't let me.
Well, is that why he and then he saw me back here and he kind of.
Yeah, he drove off, didn't he?
Yes.
Oh, God, I'm scared of her.
Little do they know
No, what?
that I am not the one who sets your schedule.
Oh, no, you're not, miss. I've been thinking. I just sit down. I've been out painting for 8 hours, up and down the ladder. Everything else, getting her ready so she can paint. Moving shit and everything else, and I'm up and down, painting, up and down, painting. Then I sit down and she says, I've been thinking. I want this hung over here.
Well, what I'm thinking is, like far away enough from my planting bench so that I can get into my planting bench and
So
get.
right where my saw's at is where you want it, right?
Well, no, your saw's kind of in the middle. Right where your pile of wood is where I want it.
Okay, all projects you gotta quit.
Either that or we can move your bike.
Anybody want a bike?
Free to a good home.
Free to a good home. My wife got rid of hers, now I gotta move mine around all the time. I was trying to make that into an area I could do my woodworking and stuff, but that ain't gonna work.
Well, this only has to hang for a few months.
Okay, so those few months I don't do nothing. Right?
During the summer and stuff.
Oh yeah, because I'm outside doing my woodworking so much in the winter. Just a minute, I'll get her done as soon as I shovel the snow off. Wait a minute, I gotta get the torch out to heat everything up. So it'll work.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, honey,
What?
you're so silly.
No. I'm that close to being over the edge.
Just a little push, eh?
Just a little push, and you're not doing little pushes. It's like, shit, didn't work that time. Okay.
He's still sane. What am I gonna do?
Back to the drawing board. Wait a minute. I'll get my mom to come out and help.
She does help.
Yes, she does.
She's a big helper.
Oh, God.
A little helper bee. Oh, see, every once in a while I still see a bee on there.
Oh, by the way, when we talk, we change subjects just like that. You gotta keep up. God, if you don't, you get left behind. Or you get left sitting there like a dummy. Like, And your mother does the same crap.
What, changes the subject?
In the middle.
In the middle of the conversation. Well, can't you talk about more than one thing at one time? Like, do you have to, like, be streamlined into one conversation?
I thought that's usually the normal way to talk.
No, I didn't think so.
Okay, watch out, that airplane's crap. Watch out for that over there. Oh, I've got to tell you.
Well, none of it's an emergency, and sometimes the things that
Not if it's an emergency. Nothing in your life's an emergency.
That's right. But every once in a while, something is important enough that I have to say it right then.
Missy, what are you doing? Yes, I see you. I know. Well, I'm supposed to go and sit down.
You're supposed to go and sit down, are you?
Yeah, now she's in there tearing the shit out of my desk.
So I take it you're going to obey the call of the wild?
Well, no, I'm probably going to go clean my desk up first, now that she's knocked all that crap off.
I never know for sure when I turn it on or turn it off. It's kind of fun having a new toy. I'm actually going to be pulling it out into the garden over the next couple of days here and doing some harvesting. Those potatoes, I'm going to pull at least one of those plants out and possibly one whole side. I want to wait a day or two yet before I do that because it's been so wet. And apparently with those root vegetables, you're supposed to give them a little bit of a chance to dry out a little bit before you pull them out. So we're supposed to have a good 4 days of sunshine here. And so once I'm finished the painting, then I'm going to pull up the garlic and stuff. I might do the garlic tomorrow anyway, even though it's not completely dry, because I probably should have done it a few days ago. It's starting to wilt on the top as well as the bottom. So I know it's not growing in there anymore, and apparently you're not supposed to store it in the ground. Who knew? Apparently somebody did, because I heard it. Well, you know, I'll have to do some more research on that, but I do think that, I think my source was kind of reliable, so I may go by that, but I'll do some more research tonight. Anyway, I'm excited about the garlic because it got so tall. I'm hoping that means the bulbs also got super big. But we'll find out, won't we? And then the same with the potatoes. We'll harvest them this week and we'll clear out those beds and get them ready for fall planting. So yeah, that is what we're doing. And again, so thank you so much for coming and hanging out with me. I love seeing you, even though I don't see you, you just see me. I love knowing that you're here and knowing that you're out there and that you're going to check in and hang out for a little bit and see what we're up to. And I want to thank you for that because I really do appreciate your time. So take care of yourself. Have a fantastic day. Bye now.